After today's ceremony, I guess you understand I'm Makenna's father. My name is Jim. I'd like to thank you all for being a part of this special day for Carson and Makenna. I know a lot of you have traveled long distances to be here, and many people were involved in making this day, preparing the room, making it special for everybody.
Yeah.
So, congratulations to the beautiful couple. What an awesome day and wedding. I'm not done. Not done. So, Makenna, being the youngest of 4 children with 3 older brothers, it didn't take me long to discover that raising her was going to be different than raising the boys. While the boys spent many hours, a lot of time playing, watching sports, and just throwing the ball around, sometimes in the house, Makenna and I had tea parties. We played with dolls. She loved board games like Candyland, Chutes and Ladders, and card games, and dice games. She still loves playing games. During these games, we all see her competitiveness and sense of fairness displayed in full color. Makenna has always been independent. I recall when she was about 2 years old, she had about 15, 20 pairs of shoes. And I couldn't tell her, Makenna, put on those shoes. She had to decide what shoes she'd wear that day. The boys didn't give a crap. They'd wear whatever we throw out. Makenna is strong, yet sensitive. She tried several sports while in school. She tried basketball. She was in, I shouldn't say tried. She played basketball. She was a starter in tennis for many years. What else? Golf. She golfed. Yeah. So when she was growing up, I had helped coach several of my kids' teams. I even coached Makenna in soccer a bit and basketball. I found after 1 year of being her kind of coach in 4th grade basketball, I had to step aside. Every single game, she ran to the bench crying because somebody slapped the ball away from her, maybe hit her hand, or bumped into her. Daddy, he bumped into me, So I had to step aside. When I was done, she stopped crying. In all seriousness, Makenna has been the best daughter a father could ask for. She was not the characteristic of the stereotypical terrible twos that I feared. She was not the teenager many parents dread. She was fun, happy, smart, social, and I think she liked being with her parents. She was always a very good student. She worked hard, challenged herself with difficult courses, was motivated to get an A in every class, and I think she did in middle school, high school, college, except I think she had 1 B+ in math. I taught math for 34 years, so. Am I right? 1 B+? Oh, see, in math? What the heck? I am quite certain, I know, in fact, for a fact, that by the time she was 14, she read more books than her three brothers combined. When she started dating Carson, and she might dispute this, but I think I was the last one to know. When I met him, I realized he was a very mature 19-year-old guy. I think he's always treated Makenna respectfully. He's hardworking, he's intelligent, loyal, honest, and fun. He's respected by and gets along very well with Makenna's brothers. He even can compete with them in some sports. He can compete with you in some sports, no? Growing up, Makenna really wasn't very brave or adventurous. However, Carson and his family have helped her to grow to love wake surfing, downhill skiing, and mountainous hikes. During Corbin's, or her brother Corbin's, bachelor party on the lake in my boat, I stepped onto the boat to find Garrett, Corbin, and Carson talking, and I think the topic was about marrying Makenna. Carson sheepishly looked up at me and said, "Oh, Jim." Just wait a minute. "Oh, Jim, I was going to ask you permission to marry Makenna." I could have been easy on him. So my reply, "Are you going to ask me? Or did you just ask me?" And he said, "I guess I just asked you." And here we are today. So my answer was yes. What I love most about Carson, he does what Makenna says. I may not be the best person to give this advice, but I have some marriage advice. Communicate with each other. Share your dreams, desires, needs, insecurities. Support each other in fulfilling their goals. Make each other's bad days better. And celebrate each other's accomplishments. Enjoy the journey. Have fun together. Enjoy the little moments, as you talked about today. The walks with Kona, the morning coffee, the watching shows on Netflix. Finally, please raise your glasses with me. I have no glass, but. To Carson and Makenna. May your life be filled with happiness forever and always.
Good evening, everyone. For those that do not know me, I am Chris Reap, the proud father of Carson. First of all, Belinda and I wanted to thank everyone for making the trip here today to celebrate this special day with Carson and Makenna. It really means a lot for all of you to be here for us and for them, so thank you all for that. Typically, in these speeches, you're supposed to welcome the bride to the family. But I'm not going to do that today. Why? Because I feel Makenna's already been a part of our family for very long. How much has she been a part of our lives? Well, she was comfortable enough to tell me to shut up when we were playing cribbage on vacation one time in Big Sky. So yeah, so that just told me she's a part of our family right there. So we still laugh and joke about that memory every quite often, I should say. So I would say she does not need to be welcomed to the family. She is already a part of our family, and we love her like a daughter already. Carson, watching you grow for the past 24 years has been the best 24 years of my life. You are kind, thoughtful, hardworking, committed, caring, and a great young man. Your mom and I are very proud to have, proud of the man you've become, sorry. As most of you know, parenting is the hardest job. But it's also the most rewarding job as well, right? There are so many moments you're proud of your children, and tonight definitely tops the list for me. As your child moves on and starts to build his own family, you are filled with so much pride and joy, I can't really even describe it. I do have some advice for young parents or soon-to-be parents or people that want to be parents. Enjoy every moment. I know it's cliche to say it goes fast, but it does go fast. Some of the moments can be scary, like when Carson calls and says he hit a deer, or in Carson's phrase, the deer hit him. Or he decides to not let me know that he put a nice big scratch in our new boat. Those are great moments, right? But I will tell you something that a wise man once told me, that every scratch is a story. I think we all need to live in the moment and not get hung up on the scratches, but focus on the stories and the memories that they created. As you both embark on the new chapter of your lives, I have a few pieces of advice. Always communicate openly, Jim had talked about that, and honestly support each other through thick and thin, and never forget to laugh together, which you guys always do. Marriage is a beautiful journey, and I have no doubt that you will navigate it with grace and love. So let's raise our glasses to Carson and Makenna. May your life be filled with happiness, adventure, and endless love. Cheers.
Good evening, everybody. I had no idea Makenna had so many friends. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Faith. I've been Makenna's best friend for the last 4 years, but it feels like we've been friends forever. Today, I have the incredible honor of being her maid of honor, and I'm thrilled to be celebrating Makenna and Carson today. I first met Makenna in the fall of 2020 when we were both in college, searching for roommates for our fall semester, or spring semester, because our fall roommates left us. Somehow we found each other on Facebook, and we decided to be roommates. From the moment we started living together, I knew I had found a lifelong friend. We quickly went from being awkward strangers to close friends, sharing countless laughs, late-night talks, and unforgettable moments. Some of my favorite memories from those early days are the conversations in our dorm room. It was during those moments I realized how special Makenna really was. Her ability to listen and genuinely care about others immediately drew me to her. When I met Makenna, Carson was already in the picture, and I knew they were meant to be. The way he looked at her made it clear he adored her. From the day I met him, he treated me as a friend rather than a stranger, and that meant a lot to me. Their love and support for each other is truly inspiring. Carson has always been there for Makenna, and his presence only amplifies Makenna's wonderful qualities. Makenna and Carson, you are an incredible couple, and I am so happy for you both. Your love is a testament to the power of partnership and friendship. You've supported each other through thick and thin, and it's been an honor to witness your journey together. As we celebrate this beautiful couple, I'm reminded of the love brings people together and creates an unbreakable bond. Makenna and Carson, your love story has just begun, and I can't wait to see what the future holds for you both. I wish you a lifetime of happiness, laughter, and adventure. May you continue to inspire everyone around you with your love and commitment. Cheers to Makenna and Carson.
Hello, everybody. If you don't know me, I'm Philip John P.J. Heinrichs. I would like to first thank Carson and Makenna's families for raising two amazing people who we are all so lucky to have in our lives. I would also like to thank everyone who have joined us tonight in this wonderful celebration. I first met Carson way back when we were in squirt hockey when we were about 6 or 7 years old. Ever since we met each other, we became best friends, but we always had this little rivalry going on. We would always go back and forth with each other, always trying to outdo one of each other with these little pranks that we do. When the best time that Carson got me was probably when I was a junior in high school and Carson was a senior. I had just gotten Carson by sneaking into his car, taking everything out of it. I'm talking headrest, spare change, I'm talking the registration, and hiding it all in the trunk, so when he got in it, the car was basically empty. I got him, I think the week before it was, and the next week, as I'm leaving school, I walk out to my car. I knew I had gone to school early for the first time in a while, and I had front row parking. I was so excited that I didn't have to walk all the way out in the parking lot, and I was just gonna be right there, and I can just hop in my car and leave. I go to where my car was supposed to be and realize that it was no longer there. So I start to walk up and down the aisles thinking, maybe I didn't have as good of a memory as I thought I did. It is not even in the close parking lot. I'm like, I can't find this thing. I am starting to panic and realize I'm gonna have to call 911 and report my car stolen from the high school parking lot. So I decide, all right, I'm gonna walk back into the school, go talk to the school resource officer, and report my car stolen. Just as I walk back into the front doors of the high school, my phone starts to buzz. And I look down and I realize Carson's calling me. I answer it, and Carson says, "Hey, are you looking for something?" Me not realizing what's going on quite yet, just kind of snap on him and say, "Yes, I can't find my car." And that's just when I hear this giggle and laugh come through the phone, and I had realized what had happened. But that's just who Carson is. He's a jokester, prankster, and all-around funny guy. And through the years of dating Makenna, thankfully, you have kind of calmed down a little bit. But that is some of Makenna rubbing off on you. But I've also seen you rubbing some off on Makenna. Through these years of dating her, Makenna has become a great friend of mine who I can joke around with and go back and forth with, very similarly that me and you can. I'm thankful for having both of you guys in my lives, and I'm so happy for you too. So to the Reaps, congratulations, and thank you for being my friends.
Come over here, boys. This was all ChatGPT, and just to start, so you can change whatever you want. Makenna's wedding speech, 8/17/2024. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna actually wing it for a quick second here. Just wanna say a big thank you for everyone hosting this a wonderful party. You guys did an amazing job. It was a beautiful day. Chris and Belinda, it's been really awesome getting to know your family over the last couple of years. You have an amazing son, amazing couple sons. You got Nestor in the house, that's awesome. And your family's been really great to interact with, so it's been great getting to know you guys. And Mom and Dad, you guys did a great job raising all three of us. If I say, and I know I'm getting there. And I don't know, maybe you guys save your best for last, because Makenna really is a gem, so. I'd like to start by saying it's an honor to stand up here today. I'm Timmy, the oldest of the three brothers. Today is a day we've been waiting for with a mix of joy and disbelief. Joy, because we're thrilled to see our little sister Makenna find someone as wonderful as Carson to share her life with. And disbelief, because it feels like just yesterday we were teaching her how to ride her bike and telling her bedtime stories. Makenna, I am so proud of you. You look absolutely beautiful today, and it brings a tear to my eye thinking back to all those memories of our early years. It's like a picture reel running through my head and all the good times, and it's so full circle watching my girls grow up and remembering the days of you living life the same way that they do now. You have grown up to be an incredible person. You are extremely successful in your career. You are always fun to be around. Sorry, I lost my spot. You have amazing friends, a beautiful house. You're an incredible aunt to my kids, and I am so proud of you becoming the person you have become. I just want you to know that I love you. Now I'd be remiss if I didn't share a little story about Makenna. I didn't. So games and fun, yeah, Farkle. It's a Farkle story. You see, we've had many family game nights over the years, and there's one game in particular where things can get a bit intense. I didn't know that this was happened with multiple families, but Farkle. And hey, I one-upped you, so just wait. I still remember that time in the heat of competition, Makenna slapped me right across the back of the head when I argued the rules. It just goes to show how passionate she is about everything she cares about. And Carson, I promise, that was just a one-time thing. I hope.
Hi everyone, I'm Garrett, the middle and the clear favorite of Makenna's brothers. From the beginning, Makenna and I shared a very special bond, as I was the first of the three brothers to meet her as a second grader patiently waiting in the delivering room the day she was born. What made me and Makenna especially close was the time spent just the two of us and Mom on the various trips that we did, and then later in life included the significant others as well. We had annual Black Friday shopping, 2 trips to Cabo, and the most memorable was definitely the Christmas Makenna and Carson spent with me and Ness. We went to the Vikings game Christmas Eve, Skull Vikes, and later on cooked what Makenna and Carson describe as the most memorable meal of their lives. One of my favorite memories of Makenna was on her 21st birthday. Makenna decided that she wanted to bring a group of 18 of us to Nashville, which untraditionally even included the parents. Although I love the late night going out, especially with Braden, but the 4 a.m. $5 pizza stops, by far the best part of the trip was the tractor ride around Broadway Street in the pouring rain as the whole group was all wearing ponchos. That was the first time, though, that we got to spend time with Carson's family, and I left that weekend just knowing and seeing the love that she shared for Makenna. And I knew then that this was going to be a long-term thing. This day would eventually come. As an adult, Makenna has grown into an amazing person we enjoy spending time with more than we ever did before, especially growing up. I mean, it was the 3 brothers and then Makenna. Makenna, you're funny, competitive, always fun to be around and have a good time, but most important, you've been the greatest sister to our wives, Emma, Vanessa, Sarah. It's been a blast to see you grow up and find the person you want to spend the rest of your life with.
Hi everyone, I'm Corbin, the youngest of the 3 brothers, and growing up the closest in age to Makenna, I always felt like we had a special bond. But I think first I want to say that if some of you may have been able to tell, and if you couldn't, at least for myself, and I think for both of you, today hit us a little harder than I think we were expecting. I don't have to get all, I don't know, I don't have to cry up here all that much, but I have a couple of stories I guess I wrote down and I want to tell. Okay. As these two have mentioned, growing up, I think we would poke a little fun at Makenna every once in a while, but I always felt like I was the first one to kind of be there and make sure everything was okay after after said fun was poked at you. So after the Farkalix incident that has been brought up, I was the first to be called to McKenna's side for her to express her regret and kind of explain some of those emotions she had. In which case I totally understood. Tanner can be, Tanner can be Tanner every once in a while, or Timmy. So even though the competitive side got the best of her, she immediately felt remorse and wanted to make things right. There was one summer in particular where I felt like Makenna and I's relationship grew closer than we've had. It was the first summer after my freshman year of college. I spent a few months at home that summer, and unlike most 19-year-olds, I spent them at home with my younger sister and her friends. And a lot of those nights ended with me making Oreo shakes, which have since become famously dubbed Shakes by Corbin. Now, before the roast of Carson starts, I just want to say the first time I met Carson, he and Makenna came out on the boat where he met most of the family that day, and it was easy for me to see immediately how well he was going to fit in with us three and how well him and Makenna got along together. That meant a lot to me that day. That meant a lot to our whole family. And we were really excited to kind of watch the relationship grow.
All right, back to the top. Carson, as you heard this week, Makenna gave us free rein to roast you. But I honestly had trouble finding ways to poke fun at you. Makenna had always been a princess since day one, and every princess deserves a crowning prince. We knew it would end up being a Prince Charming or someone like Prince Hans of the Southern Isles, but instead she got someone with similar traits to Lord Farquaad. When they first started dating, and I looked him up on socials, I came across a really unique email address, and it immediately made me nervous for them to date. It was creep@ndsu.edu. I don't know why you're going around picking creep as your email address, but you might want it to be that way, I don't know. The first time we met, the first thing that caught my attention was his hair. I mean, look at that curl. It reminded me of one of my childhood heroes, Jimmy Neutron. Carson has fit seamlessly in with all of our family. At family gatherings, while all the adults are sipping on brews, Carson's hanging out at the kids' table playing teacups and Barbie dolls, his favorite childhood activities, and the table is his perfect size.
I'm going to be a little bit more tame, Carson. You got the worst out of the way. The three of us brothers have always been a really competitive group. We're good to great at just about everything we do. Ping pong, tennis, golf, basketball, it doesn't matter. We're going to show up and we're going to compete. That's the one thing I was always worried about with Makenna's eventual boyfriends and now husband. Could they keep up with the three of us? After many years of family get-togethers, I can confidently say that Carson, even at your size, you've proven you belong. Looking ahead, I'm just happy to no longer be the middle brother that gets picked on by these two. With your addition, the three of us now have common ground to gang up on you and never let you play us in a sport that you actually play or have any advantage at, like hockey or frisbee golf. But seriously, we couldn't ask for a better guy to call our brother. We can't wait to keep competing with you for years. Welcome to the family.
It's bigger than mine. All right, it's time to raise a glass to the happy couple, Makenna and Carson. We can, sorry. I'll pick it up. We can't wait to watch your relationship continue to grow and thrive. May your life together be filled with endless love, laughter, and adventure. We wish you both the happiness in the world as you start this new chapter together.
That's the toast. And we're going to end with one of Makenna's all-time favorite games. It's called the Makenna game. And it goes a little something like this. Stand up, Carson. Kind of go over there. So, when we were all kids, we'd be downstairs in the living room and we'd all pick a spot on the couch. Me, my friends, the brothers, everybody. And we hear Carson go over on that side. And we'd all sit on the couch or whatever, and we'd slap our knees and hope that Makenna chooses us. So now she gets one last chance at the Makenna game and see who she chooses.
So I was planning to write this speech, but got caught up in the vows. So we're just gonna wing it. See how it goes. Got anything? No. First of all, we both want to thank you all for coming. We couldn't do this all without you. The love and support that everyone in this room has shown us has been absolutely amazing. Some of the people that we want to give a special thanks to, all of our vendors, the people working here at the Pines, Chef's Table for the catering, and then our photographers, Ashley and Emma. If you see them around, tell them thank you for all this. We also want to give a big shout out to Harmon Entertainment for helping set up all the DJ. And lastly, Britt Nelson doing videography for us. And Rev D for amazing facts about murder and weddings. So everyone, please have a good night. We love you all and hope to have a good time.